The National Road Fund Agency (NRFA), which plays a fiduciary oversight on all road sector finances, has been performing the functions of a lead tolls agent in the collection of tolls from designated toll plazas across the country, undertaking strategies to broaden the revenue base meant for the Road Fund to finance road maintenance programs on Zambian public roads.
The National Road Fund Agency plays a critical role in this development equation. And our role essentially is anchored on three key thematic areas. The first one is resource mobilization. Then the second one is fiduciary management. And the third one is value for money. And in doing this, we have a very clear strategic direction, and this is anchored in the strategic plan 2017 to 2021. This is a tool that is giving us a clear strategies to ensure that we move forward.
For a government agency entrusted to mobilize, manage and administer finances for the road sector, public trust is of the utmost importance to the NRFA, as this borders on transparency and accountability. In this regard, the agency's operations are closely monitored by the Ministry of Finance, the NRFA's parent ministry, which has called for continuous improvement to ensure efficiency and service excellence in road tolling. Implementation of the National Road Tolling Program has progressed well since 2013, when Phase 1 of the project commenced and tolls have been collected from 10 inland toll stations, 9 ports of entry and 4 gazetted way bridges across the country. Additional inland toll stations are at different levels of construction across the country, and tolling operations will commence as soon as construction works have been completed. Between November 2013 to date, over 2.2 billion kwacha has been collected from inland, ports of entry and way bridge stations across the country, and these have been utilized in accordance with Part 3, Section 11 of the Tolls Act No. 14 of 2011. This act states that a toll fee or other charge imposed for the use of a toll road and collected by the agency shall form part of road funds and shall be used exclusively for the construction, maintenance and rehabilitation of roads.
This project is periodic maintenance of the dual carriageway from Ndola to Kitwe. The project was started in November 2013. It has a duration of 56 months. At present, we're at over 95%. The portion being worked on now is the last 2 kilometers. The contract is worth 403 million kwacha, and the contractor working on the site is China Jiangxi International Corporation. Progress, as I said, is at over 95%, and we are scheduled to end by end of June. We'll be done with the major works. After that, I think we'll just be finishing up with road funds.
This project is Kitwe-Chingola upgrading and urban dualization of the carriageway between Kitwe and Chingola. That's 45.5 kilometers. The project was initially started in April 2013 and was supposed to be completed in April 2015. However, since then there have been several amendments to the contract. The contract was awarded an additional 15.5 kilometers of roads in Chingola, urban roads to do. And since then, new developments have been coming up, and the project, the actual extension to completion has been now extended to December 31st, 2018, so end of this year. At present, the contractor seems to be on program to complete the works on time, provided that the funding is in place and there's no delays in the funding.
My name is Mandofro Matios, Assistant Resident Engineer for Chingola Solwezi Road, Lot 3. This section, Lot 3 section, is starting from kilometer 100 up to kilometer 167.3, which is ended on Solwezi Bridge. So the project was started on June 2015, and the original completion period was July 2017. But because of the scope change on the bridge and due to additional work on Solwezi town, the original contract price and the completion period was extended. The original contract, the project cost was 586,250,000 kwacha. But because of this, the scope change and additional work, now the revised contract sum was revised out to 816,441,000 kwacha. So so far we managed to finish 85% of physical work. We managed to finish from 67.3 kilometer. We finished 65 kilometer. We remain only 2.5 kilometer, which they are currently working on Solwezi town. And also the additional 5 kilometer dual carriageway on Solwezi town has been done before rain season. So it's almost 85%, we can say 85% of physical work has been done.
In the execution of its mandate as a lead tolls agency, the NRFA has put in place systems and controls to ensure thorough accountability of all the collected revenues.
All documentation is put in place. We also have our external auditors that come and also go through the same process and ensure that they also audit the processes and just to create the confidence that the funds are well taken care of.
We do special investigations. In this case, we investigate frauds and as well as corruptions. You must note that we have a control center, and in this control center we are able to view what is happening in different toll stations. And in these toll stations, we are able to see the activities and deduce what is happening in these toll stations as our staff are working with the toll collectors and their supervisors. So we're able to see exchanges between the drivers as well as the toll collectors. We are also able to tell the number plates of vehicles and the prices that they are supposed to pay, the toll fees. So when we're doing these investigations, the control center is very helpful to us as internal audit for us to be able to deduce and provide evidence of what was happening on the ground. Maybe at the time, maybe fraud occurred or there was some corrupt activities. So the control center to us has been very, very helpful to undertake these investigations.
The control center allows visual surveillance of toll operations and general activities at 6 toll stations in real time, made possible by a wide area network provided by Zamtel, which connects Shimabala, Katuba, Mumbwa, Chongwe, Kafula-Futa and Manyumbi toll stations.
There are times when we have traffic volumes, high traffic volumes due to probably a system failure and so forth, we in the control center are able to monitor what is going on. We're able to see that there is high congestion at the toll station and be able to engage the station manager just to seek clarity on what is going on. As you may be aware, our service time is 10 seconds. We do not want to inconvenience the customers, the motorists on the other end. So we come in, handy by ensuring that we resolve whatever issues that the station might be going through at that particular time. So other than the monitoring system, we have what we call the information management system. Now, on that system, we're able to monitor the transactions as and when they are performed at the various toll stations that we are currently monitoring. On that system, we're also able to see how many vehicles or how much has been collected at a particular toll station. We're also able to know how many smaller vehicles, class 1 vehicles, what we call class 1 vehicles, how many semi-trailers pass through at the toll station, okay? And that also helps us be able to analyze the data in such a way that we'll be able to verify that whatever was banked at a particular toll station is actually true and correct.
The National Road Fund Agency NRFA has a proud record of producing unqualified audited accounts for the past 12 years that the agency has been in existence, owing to its operational cost management initiatives based on its core values of transparency, accountability, integrity, teamwork, innovation and excellence. The agency's substantive systems and procedures through which it performs its road toll functions are documented, accessible, and open to public scrutiny.
As audits within the agency, we have our internal auditors that go around and ensure that they check through the systems and ensure that the money is well accounted for, there are reconciliations done, it is banked on time, and the reports are done, and all documentation is put in place. We also have our external auditors that come and also go through the same process and ensure that they also audit the processes and just to create the confidence that the funds are well taken care of. We've got Auditor General from time to time, in fact every year. The last 2 or 3 years they've been coming, and even this year we are almost finalizing the audit with Auditor General. They come every year, produce report, tell us where there are weaknesses, the hotspots, and all that put together, aimed at ensuring that we tighten the controls. That is very critical for us because, like I keep mentioning, these are public funds, and our focus is to ensure that we account for these funds.
The National Pension Scheme Authority (NAPSA) has been identified as a key strategic partner in road financing. And using the National Road Tolling Program, NRFA has entered into a 2.12 billion kwacha loan agreement with the Pensions Fund to cover the contracts for the rehabilitation and upgrading of the Ndola-Kitwe, Kitwe-Chingola and Chingola-Solwezi roadworks, with the loan repayment based on toll collections from the toll stations to be constructed on the same road project.
Through our innovative approaches, we've managed to sign a 2.2 billion kwacha deal with NAPSA. This is a very effective agreement in the sense that we did not have middlemen, we did not have to pay for arrangement fees. It was just the National Road Fund Agency with the help of our sister agency, the Road Development Agency. We engaged NAPSA, and in 2017 we were able to clinch that deal of 2.12 billion kwacha, and this was a deal that is aimed at completing the section from Ndola up to Solwezi, which is a very economic corridor in our network.
NAPSA has so far disbursed 1.8 billion kwacha of the loan amount, and the project stated earlier are nearing completion. With the National Road Tolling Program still in its infancy, expectations are high, especially among road users who would want to see the immediate benefits of paying tolls and have been supportive of this homegrown solution to road construction, maintenance and rehabilitation.
We are happy that you are working on this road. We are only appealing to you if you could maybe speed up. You know, it has taken long. The road is too congested. But all in all, we are thankful for the road because it is helping us. You know, we always use this road almost every day, and we need at least a road like this one.
Very happy that roads now in Solwezi are being done. You know, this is the project that people of Solwezi have been longing for, to have the roads be done. For a long time we have had the roads full of potholes, but now with the coming in of China Geo and the like, the roads are being done. This is a very, very good thing, which we would like also to thank the government for putting in a lot. You know, we have a Top Plaza gate that will soon be opened at Kiabankaka. That is the road to Mwinilunga or to Zambezi, if you so wish. That is also a good project, which we would like to thank the government for that. I think the money that is going to be realized from the Top Plaza gates is going to be used on the roads.
I just hope that the monies will be used as they're meant for, because we as individuals would not know that, you know, we will pay our monies, because there's no way you go through the Toll Plaza without making a payment. We are going to make that payment, but the concern would be, are they going to be used as intended? If so, that's very good, meaning most, if not all of our roads will be maintained at all times, and we won't have to go through what we've had to go through in the past.
From Kitwe to Chingola, this is upgrading from a 2-lane carriageway to a 4-lane carriageway. That is part of upgrading, and this is where we have partly applied a total of about 372 million kwacha. There are other roads like Kawambwa Mushota, which is almost complete, and we also applied part of the funds on such projects. We also apply the tolls on projects such as the Kazungula Bridge project. This is a new construction, a very significant project for this country and the region to create the regional integration.
I think we have made a lot of progress on that road, because when I first moved here about a year ago, it was, you know, it was almost immovable. Most of it was gravel and it was just terrible. But now I believe, if not 90% or 85% of the road is done, and we really appreciate that, which also makes our movement much easier and faster.
Then this is the dual carriageway construction has also reduced the number of accidents. But find that the vehicles that are going this side and the vehicles that are going and the roads and the vehicles that are going the opposite, usually the issue of accidents will try to reduce. Then on the employment part, I think it has helped a lot to create value in terms of employment to these people who are living, you know, these street vendors, and even kids, and even some people who have access, you know, they have engaged in themselves in various activities, because they know even when they go wherever they say we don't have employment. So the coming of this road construction has helped to create employment to the people who sometimes may not have access to proper education.
Among other things, the road tolling program has come with socio-economic benefits, which include employment creation, with the NRFA tapping potential human resource from areas where toll gates are being constructed.
I've worked here for about, this is to 7 months now. Then Lord users, it has helped me to manage my family, contributing to the kids who goes to school, my nephews, my nieces, and as well for me, I'm planning to go to school as well for studies because of the same money that I get paid every month.
Turevomba fye bwino twaba 4 abana kashi babiri n'abawume babiri fo tubomba 2 weeks after 2 weeks off fo tubomba shale bomba nale kalafi nale shitako business nale shichako tukapenta amalasha but fyalenga fulisha kwa at least nale sanga kwempiesha kuchitira mu abana ku school bantu mwana uyu alesambira last year alesambira ku Iridge Secondary School kwa alesambira so apushi last year apale kala falero lera tuma piece work apati kuti asango akone nchito awe nchito yena ndeta shamwandini na inga fulisha ko kuchiro kuikalafye at least ndesanga kwa akakwafulisha kwa abana kuchiro kuikalafye alisha kwa tabalume balifu abalume so mona tampire nchito nchitafatsinga na fola filia napanga kwa budget akakutati katwafulisha n'abana panganda then na baba kuma school na bena na bachita sponsor tulioturefu aika ku school
enza pa na bana babiri Mr. Rent farm purchase and depending kala so pano utanziwa matandisikika at least mapesa kayo tupila kwa nyumba na food ya minomo ndio tumakwanisa na zina tumakwanisa ushita pena bwankala kuno na naba namba senza pata pamanja at least life iliko bwino shira lija pa pesa kaila panikwa ni sanzi sunganeka shira lija kudala
fota mpela ko chemusha munga ku government ne nachoka munga kuchoma ni kutali but tipeza ko nchito mwe amene ma Chinese wako bati siwafana kupepa ya ku school wangena chabe wafika yata nchito kunoza kupunzisa uzapunzira so chabe nchito sipanga kwanse government kuti naife amene sinapunzire paka twende batusakire nchito enangu ndi nchito kudala amene batusakira kuti ma Chinese tungena.
Looking ahead, the NRFA, working together with the Road Development Agency RDA, will increase the number of inland toll points across Zambia's core road networks and effectively increase the toll plaza footprint across the country.
Currently, we have 10 inland toll stations which we are running, and we have 4-way bridges where we are collecting the tolls, and there are also 9 ports of entry where RATSA is collecting on our behalf. We expect to commission additional 9-10 toll stations very soon, within Q2 and also into Q3. Our target is to go up to 40 toll stations across the country.
The agency will remain transparent and accountable, improving its operational efficiencies and broadening the revenue base for the much-needed resources for road infrastructure development in Zambia.